Hello, everybody. My name is Ezekiel Tyrus. I'm here to review a movie from Australia called Snowtown Murders. Sometimes I've heard the movie just referred to as Snowtown. And as you can imagine in the title, Snowtown Murders, it is a it is a very disturbing movie to watch. What I will say ahead of time, it's not disturbing in the same way like an Eli Roth movie is disturbing. Eli Roth is the filmmaker that makes all those Saw movies. You know, that's, as far as I'm concerned, there's just sort of torture porn. And I can't understand why anybody would watch these type of gratuitous movies like Human Centipede and things like that. It's not disturbing like that. However, Snowtown Murders is extraordinarily disturbing in the sense that it's based on a true story. John Bunting, Bunting, is considered Australia's worst serial killer. And John Bunting apparently came to a small community called Snowtown that was economically depressed. Most of the people there were collecting government assistance of one form or another. And it was a population of just several hundred people. And the movie is interested in sort of the psychology of this guy. He was very charismatic, very angry, very, very bitter, but he was very charismatic. And very early on, he has an obsession with pedophiles. He hates pedophiles and he hates homosexuals and doesn't see a difference between the two. And he very early meets two guys. One is a young man in his mid or late 20s. The other one is just a teenager, really. And he comes to find out the young man, when he was around 13, ran away from home, moved in with a pedophile, with a convicted pedophile. And the teenager had been both molested as a child and by a man, a neighbor, and spoiler alert, had actually been raped by his older brother. And the movie actually includes a scene where he is raped by his older brother. So this guy, John Bunting, taps into their anger of having been violated and things like that. And also the young man, his name was Robert, who moved in with a pedophile when he was 13. He's also not very bright. He's 100% illiterate, and he's probably has an IQ of like 80 or something. And so he manipulates these individuals. The first several people they kill and they become serial killers. This group of people, they become serial killers. And the first people that they kill in that community are convicted pedophiles. But then it becomes, let's kill people who are drug addicts. Let's kill people and they kill drug addicts. Let's kill people who are retarded. Let's kill people who are physically disabled. Let's kill people, and it goes on. Whenever I see a movie that's based on a book that I've read, or whenever I see a movie that's based on a true story, and I've read the articles, I remember when I went to see the movie Zodiac, I wondered if I would be lost if I hadn't already read the book, or hadn't already read the articles that the books are based on, or the movie is based on. I would actually recommend that before you see this movie, just go to the Wikipedia page and read about the Snowtown murders. Because most of the murders in this movie happen off screen. You don't actually see them. A word on the filmmaking itself. I don't know who the cinematographer was. The director was a guy by the last name of Kazan. But the filmmaking is stunning. The filmmaking is gorgeous. It's really beautiful filmmaking. A lot of unusual tones, sepia tones, and things like that. And it's stunning filmmaking. The acting is nothing short of brilliant. The acting is nothing short of brilliant. And the lead actor that plays this sick, degenerate human being that kind of gets into people's heads and just manipulates them to do these god-awful things, he's really brilliant. And I also had the disturbing notion that he looked like my oldest brother and kind of acted like him too a little bit. So that made it a disturbing movie for me. I have to applaud. This is an Australian film. America, you know, Hollywood film system, people can argue with me about independent films, but in the Hollywood film system, they would have to create a hero. There would have to be some sort of happy ending. They would just change the story so much that it did not resemble the original disturbing and sad story. America wants their heroes, they want their happy endings, and you know, they're too busy making movies about comic books and superheroes to make a painfully realistic and disturbing movie. based on. We have a lot of serial killers that we could be making movies about. They just, Hollywood's too busy blowing shit up and having escapism. So I got to applaud Australian movies. Australia for making a movie like this. It really is. It really is an amazing thing. I do recommend this film. I'm giving you the heads up. It's a very disturbing film. You better make sure you're in the mood to see it. You do see, like, spoiler alert, there is a scene where an older teenage brother rapes his brother. There's also a full frontal nude scene of this very obese woman who gets completely naked in a scene. So it's just a very odd, at times very disturbing movie. There is some violence, but the violence is not nearly as gratuitous or even as over the top as your average Tarantino movie or your average Michael Bay movie. It's just all hinted at, and most of it's taking place off screen. So it's just psychologically, this movie gets under your skin. Very intense, very thought-provoking, very shocking, very disturbing. Like I said, you might want to read up on the Snowtown murders before you see the movie, so you know a little bit what's going on. But it's a fascinating film from Australia. It came out in 2011. On Rotten Tomatoes, it only rates around 65 to 68%, which would make it a fair movie. I disagree with it. I think it's better than that. It's a very good movie and a very interesting movie. And see it for the filmmaking and the acting, if for no other reason. I do recommend this film, Snowtown Murders from Australia, 2011. And I do happen to know it's available on Netflix right now as we speak. Thank you.